Yo, what's good guys? Today I'm going to show you my ice gear and deck setup, and I'm also going to explain to you how you can build your deck effectively, and then I'm going to show you my deck, which is what I've been queuing with for the last season. And at the end I'm going to show you some gameplay. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the hat is basically the Zababa hat. This is the pack version, which you can get at the Crown Shop in the Fairy K pack, or however you say that. This is definitely the best hat for this setup. I'm just gonna show you all the meta setup that I've been running. There's obviously other setups like with the plot armor or the new Liches and Legends robe, which could be good too, but I'm just gonna show you this setup for now. But if you guys don't have this Punhao robe, which is only obtainable through raids, you can definitely use the plot armor or the Liches and Legends robe as a replacement. And if you have the Liches and Legends robe, it's better than this one because it gives a brace cast. So I'll definitely recommend those. Okay, so this is the robe. Then we have the Zababa boots, which is the same as the hat. It's just also in Fairy K if you want to try to get that instead. Same with the wand. It's also the Zababa wand, or the Fairy K, which I have currently. Then we have the theme, which is from Takunobu, or from the Lambent Fire boss, which is a gold key boss that you can just farm once, and you can get the theme. You can craft it. I think it was once, and you can craft it with the reagents. And then this is the library amulet, which is the same as the plot armor robe. It's just the amulet from the pack, which you can also farm from the gauntlet. You just need a friend who has it, or you can just, get it yourself if you have it. And then this is the Skyfarer's ring, which you can farm doing rematches. I think it was the Meow Yardi rematch that dropped this ring. You can also try to craft it, but it's just like you can easily get it dropped at Meow Yardi, and I think he also drops the reagents for it. This is the pet. If anyone needs this pet, I can lend it out. And you run the Courser, and you have the Takunobu or Lambent Fire deck, which is the same as the thing. You just get it from that gold key boss as you have to do this. And I am doing life weaving. I have actually done fire weaving before, but life weaving seemed like the best strat because fire is like really good in this meta, so I just prefer trying to counter that school. And now I'm just going to explain to you how you would build a deck, and then I'm going to explain why I packed certain cards, and like the copy limits, but not the covenants, like the copies of the cards. So first of all, you think about what cards you need in each matchup, and you try to fit them in your deck. So say against a Storm, you're going to need... Well, Storm's a bad example, because it's like a really good matchup, but you're going to need like these golems, perhaps. And you're going to need 3-folds. That's like... 3-folds are definitely for a Storm matchup, and also for life, but that's like one card you're definitely going to need that you don't normally pack for other matchups, but you do pack it for Storm and for life. So you just gotta try to fit those in, those cards that you need, those special cards for the matchups. And you also gotta figure out how many copies you need. Say I have the 3-folds, take the 3-folds. I want to be able to pull these very easily. So I'm putting those in TC because I have less TC, so I can pull it easier. And I have 5 copies, so it's like a really easy pull. And the 5 copies are also needed because of life. You're definitely gonna need all the heal counters you can get. So that's also another reason. Maybe it's a bad example to take, but say you need a certain amount of copies. It's a bit like a main deck. You have 5 Winter Moons. That's what I'm packing. I'm packing 5 so I don't deck fill these. In all the matchups I need them, because I need this card in probably every matchup. So the more copies I have, the easier I can actually use it. Obviously. So, and since I can't pack this in TC, I have to pack a lot of copies in main deck. Now, if you have a card that you can pack in main deck or TC, which is take Vaughn, Mammoth, for example. You decide how much you actually need it. Say Vaughn, for example. I need it against life, and that's about it. So that's one matchup. Now if I pack it in TC, it's gonna clog my hand, because I have to keep it in my hand for one turn before I can discard it. And since it's not really a useful card in most matchups, it would just really be bad to have. But in main deck, I can just pull it and I can discard it, making my cycling easier in other matchups. And obviously 4 copies is enough to pull it very easily against the life too. And take Mammoth, it's also just for death. I mean, you can find other uses for this, but it's mostly for death. So it's also another cycle card that you can just have in main deck. And then we also have like certain cards you need for the certain matchups, which I already mentioned, like Death is this, and then on for that. And then we have the blade counters, so basically you have to check like every box, because it's like Rochambeau meta, I guess, as you can call it. It's like just how it is. So you need a counter for every hanging effect there is, or you need to have a way to play around it otherwise. So we have heal counters, then we have dot counters, which is the king art. I'm packing those in TC because I can pull them easier, and I need to pull them because fire is a very fast-paced school, so if I deck fail these, it's just really bad. Then you need blade counters, which I also have in TC, so I can pull them easier. Then I also need I said weakness counters already, I think, which is the Mammoth. Shield counters, which is the Elephant. You notice I only packed 2 of these because I don't have any fire damage, so this is just a counter. Shields in case like someone's going for a one-shot or it's just a Shrike play, I can just get rid of their shield gambit. And then we also have trap counters, which is the Centaur. And that basically covers all our bases. And also we have Brace, which is an aura, and then aura counters, which is Attenuate and Thieving. Okay, and then obviously you also have your gambits. Ice has a trap gambit. Where is it? Okay, there it is. The Everwinter Oni, the Iceburn Jin, which is a weakness gambit, and then a Scion of Ice, which is a shield gambit, or the Lord of Winter. So, obviously, you can't just counter, just play for counter, so you guys also gotta set something up yourself. So I also have some synergy, because it's the weakness stuff for life. I have some synergy for other matchups. If I find a way to use them, I can actually go for a Jin with those weaknesses, if it's not a life I'm facing, or even if it is a life I'm facing. And I can also Colossus, which I have one here and one here. And then you also have shield gambits, obviously, the tri-shields with the Lord of Winter. Sadly, I have no use for the Everwinter Oni, but it's also not really the greatest gambit, because as you can see, it does less damage than the Jin, because traps are valued less, I guess. Yeah. Then we have the infamous Dark Surge, which is just a really broken card still, and Ice doesn't really have any good shads besides Shadowhorn, but Shadowhorn's not really that great either, so it's just this shad that's gonna be your main card on an Ice as a shad. And Shrike is a decent card against some matchups too, because take a balance, you can't really frostbite them because they have Gearhead. I don't know if I have a Gearhead TC here or not, so I can show you. But basically against the balance, you can't really do this, so you're forced to spam hits into shields, because this card swaps an OT and does a lot of damage. So that's when Shrike is a really decent card to use. Okay, and then also, this is how you build a deck basically. You just try to find the cards that you need to fit in, and then try to build your game plan from there. So I just put this deck in because I can easily cycle these cards. I always say this, but I always give my decks out anyways to people, because it's a really nice like starting point, because you can see what kind of cards you need to pack. And obviously I've used this deck. For me it works because I know how to cycle it. But I always say that you should definitely experiment and try out yourself what works best, because everyone cycles differently. Some people like to keep cards in their hand in case their opponent does something and then you wish you kept the card, but then you didn't. I always cycle my decks very fast. That's why I pack a lot of copies of certain cards, even though I don't use them that often. Just so I can still pull them back in case I need them. So that's just how I cycle. And yeah, so that's my deck. I guess I can show you the stats too, if these need to be, which I may have probably but that's fine. Show you the damage. It's the off-score damage, which is not really capped for life off-score, because life has similar DPP to ice, but you don't really get too much damage. I have full accuracy for life, fire, and one off for ice. Decent resist, full pierce, almost full for the off-school. Decent block, decent crit, full pips. One thing I definitely recommend, even if you don't have all the gear, if you want to try PvP anyways, you should always get full pip chance, because this is a really bugged stat. Even if it's at 96%, you're gonna pip fill a whole lot, so yeah. Then we have pip conserve and shadow rating. Okay, so I think that was it. So now I'm just gonna get right into the match. This is also I've played a good few games, and I'm just gonna go one. Alright, so we got a match. I'm just gonna I always just check my deck for no reason. And then we're going in. Right. So okay, so this is a balance. I kinda explained a little bit what cards I need and what cards I can't use already, so I guess we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I don't need to strike this early or the mammoth, so I'm just gonna the strike. I need a shadow pip, and I also need to have a decent turn to use it, so it's way too early, so we're gonna cycle it. This card's not really useful. Let's discard one of those. Okay, so I can't really do this because Balance has a spell that lets them spam the spell if you negative aura them. It's actually really good. So it's like 7 pips, and then if you use it, it gives you 5 pips back if you have a negative aura on. So I can't do that. Okay, so he did it to me. This card is really good in this matchup. I could do it right here, but I'm not going to because he already has one less turn on his brace. So it's like kind of wasting a turn. So I'm not gonna do that. Okay. So I'm discarding the mammoths because I don't really need them in this matchup. It's like cycling. He shielded. So Bounce doesn't really have too many bubbles. Ice has a lot of bubbles. As you might have seen before when I showed the deck. So I'm just gonna start the bubble war, which is gonna allow me to actually trade pretty well because I'm gonna keep the bubble most likely. And I have a brace up, so I'm really definitely ahead currently. I sometimes actually go for the 3-fold gambits in this matchup because okay, this hand is kinda bad, but there it is, the 3 folds. Okay, he won the bubble, which is kinda sad. Okay. Yeah. Weirdly enough, even though you have like 10 bubbles, sometimes it's just RNG, so you, yeah, don't always pull what you need to pull. I'm definitely gonna use this so I can set up a Colossus or a Jin eventually, because I'm definitely gonna need to gambit something in this matchup. Okay. And before you could actually, you used to be able to Lord of Winter because of Tri-Shields, but now they actually get free shields because of the Scales spell, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, that's not gonna do too much. Okay, 999, okay. So I'm just gonna get some pips. Discard this. Some pips. I really have to pull a bubble because he seems to be using bounce spells because it's bounce pips. I guess you could also explain what I'm doing with the pips, but I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay. Normally you'd cycle one of these, but because I need all of them in this matchup, I'm gonna keep them. And I'm gonna use them, like one of them now. I have another one in my hands. Okay. So keep the ice pip. I guess maybe I could have explained it before, but the skull pips, you have to change them each turn to be able to use certain spells. And you can also use boss spells by changing the skull pips. So, yeah. So now I got a free shield. He's probably gonna Scorpion, so he's gonna steal my shield, but I don't really mind right now because it's, yeah, okay, he didn't. Okay, so he braced again. Makes sense. So now I can either bubble or I can brace. He gets a life pip so he can use the scale spell, which is a triple hit, so it's basically an open hit. So I'm just gonna brace so I don't take too much damage. Because if I bubble, I actually still take a lot of damage, so that, yeah. Let's go do this first. I'm gonna bubble. Okay, you attenuated, that's fine. I could use this and get rid of it, but I have 2 braces, so I'm gonna do this first. Because I'd rather have the debuff. Okay, now if I hit bubble 2, in case he shields, it's a really nice move. Or if he Scorpions, steals my shield, I can get rid of it and get bubble control back. I'm keeping all these cards because I need them all. It's kind of weird to cycle this matchup, but okay, he scales. Okay. So this is a braced hit, I don't mind. I'm gonna bubble, get bubble control and trade with this hit. Hit. I haven't quite figured out how to play this matchup yet because it's like you kind of gotta play with what your hand gives you, so always a bit of a game. And now his brace is almost gone, so I still have it thieving for the next brace he's gonna use. His balance is also at like 9 braces, so this is actually really good for me that I'm running it down his brace while like gaining back offense. Is that a shield? It's a bubble. Okay, so I'm gonna hit bubble. His brace is gone. I have an open buffed hit. He might gaze me, which is a really good move, but I still have to do this, so I might just take the open hit if he does that, which might be fine. Honestly, this matchup's really just play it as you go, and just, yeah. If you're like down bad, you're gonna have to like, play for a strike combo with the threefold stuff. Okay, I have all my thievings, which is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. He braces, so I can thieving. It's a really good move. The only question is, do I pull? I need to pull a Dark Surge, so I can actually get some pips back. But I can't discard anything right now, so I'm going to just do this. And I still have an open buff hit. Or I can brace, get some defense up again. It's decent damage. Okay. Frostbite, definitely don't need that. I explained why before. It's an OT. Bounce is really good against OTs. We're not doing that. Is that a gaze? I assume it's a gaze, right? Okay, it's a Scorpion. That was expected eventually, you know, it's gonna come eventually. So I'm just gonna brace. It's up again. Didn't get a piece here. So now he might just take a hit, or he might gaze. Get the bubble out. Grab some braces, that's good. If he attenuates, I can shoo and then brace. Yeah, that's really good for me actually. Because right here, if I used a brace, he would have been able to Scion me with 11 pips. but I have this card, so I can just get rid of the pips and the aura. And I'm getting offense. That's really good. It's really good. But this gets rid of the aura and it gives me 45 traps, which is gonna force him to shield as soon as I have enough pips to actually hit him. Okay, so I just need a Dark Surge, that's about it. Okay, that's not a Dark Surge. If he does let me have an open hit, I'm just gonna take the Elemental because it actually debuffs him too, so... Yes, okay, that's annoying. So right here, I'm not sure what to do because it's... I could Elemental because it's an open hit, so I'm just gonna do that. It debuffs him. It's just, I need a Surge and I need a Bubble. Those are two cards I definitely need. $721. Okay, so I'm still at 10k, which means I'm still ahead, which is good. He didn't piece her again, which is also good. Discard one of these because I need to pull a Bubble or a Surge. And I still have 3 more Winter Moons, which should be enough because I discarded 2 of them. And it should do a decent bit. 1,200. Yeah. Okay, no Surge yet, but this is maybe okay because I can use a Shad. Like, why not? Scarab, okay, that's annoying. I think I definitely keep the Shadowhorn because I don't have another Shad in my hand, so I might as well. It's not really the greatest. Because you can just do that again, make me waste my last trap. Okay, I got a Bubble, that's good. I'm gonna brace first because that's probably an attenuate. It is. So I'm gonna get rid of his buff and get a debuff on me. And I assume I pulled another shoe and I pulled some bubbles, so that's really good. Now if he negative auras me again, I can shoe again, get some more buffs. Okay, that's fine. I could 35 bubble, but I'm assuming he has another gaze, which means I don't really want to. So I'm just gonna bubble the regular bubble. Don't know if I need this. I don't think I do. I need a surge. That's what I need. Shadowhorn's not terrible, but it's just gonna give him another free debuff to put on me, so I could do this, but I'm wasting traps, so I don't know. Like, the only time I can actually frostbite is if it's like debuffed, but great. Yeah, I'm discarding it. Just bubble. I need a surge. I do pack 5. This is what I mean though. It's you can pack a lot of stuff and then it's not fully. It's gotta have like some luck too, but packing more cards obviously increases. He actually won one. Oh, that's not good. Okay. That's not great. Oh, wow. No bubble and no surge. This might be a tough one. Okay. Okay, I did say Balance doesn't have too many bubbles, but I guess Balance has a lot of good RNG, so I'm just gonna have to pray and pull my bubbles somehow. Although a Surge is still my best move. And I pulled a bubble at least, that's good. So I'm gonna brace again, because if he negative auras I can just shoo. He shielded, that's fine. That's actually good for me, because the last trap's not really wasted now, because it's covered, so it's fine. Just brace. And then pull a surge. Pull the wand. I can actually just Balefrost and then wand, because I'm not pulling a surge, so I need to keep my pips up. somehow. What is this? Scales? 4. That's actually not a good move. He's into a shield and I still have a shield. It's good for me. I assume I'm gonna bubble and he's gonna gaze, but luckily I have a hidden bubble so that I can hidden bubble and keep the bubble control. The only problem is I need a surge then, because then I'm out of pips. But I can't really discard much. I could discard this, because it's a worse move than a surge. So I'm just gonna just do that. Okay. Okay, so 5 surges. I'm gonna pull 1. I do have another bubble, so I might not actually have to drop my pips. I mean, I'm still gonna need a surge, because I need to keep up with his damage by actually using pips. Oh, he passed. No, he didn't. He surged. Okay, that's annoying. That was a really good move. I don't know why he hesitated so long to do that, but I guess. I'll just keep the hit bubble in case he wants to gaze. And I mean, actually, I shouldn't have kept it. If he's gonna gaze, I have another bubble, and he doesn't have another 2 pips, so I don't need to keep it. That's fine. It's okay though. Okay. Alright. I like this, because my brace doesn't run out until the next 2 turns, so I can still do this. Because now he could still Psy on me if I get pips, but it's double debuffed, so I don't mind. Okay. Well, now it's open, if he P-serves. That's not that great. So I have to Winter Moon, I think. Unless he doesn't P-serve again. Oh, he doesn't. But if I... if I do this and he shields, it's just a worse hit, and I still have to drop my pips. Sounds good. And hopefully pull them up brace. That's like this. Yeah, 1200, that's not terrible. I just need a... I got a surge and a Colossus, that's really good. Colossus. Still pip. So I can surge freely because I don't have 11 pips out of it. That's good. And then I Colossus, get some 55 traps, which is a really high value move. And then I should pull a Winter Moon, hopefully. Gen. I can also set up a Gen. It's just... I could. But I'm gonna have to drop pips anyways now. Because I'm gonna have to thieving that, right? So that's a hidden brace. Yeah. Okay. So I just dropped some pips. Because if that's a hidden negative aura, I'm just winning. So I'm assuming that's not this, but yeah, it's not. Okay. So this is my last gen. I might keep it just because of that fact. But I'm gonna do this for sure. The 6-round aura I'm getting rid of. Let's see. If I pull the Shrike, I could go for the gen. I just need to pull the 3-fold. I'd rather not play for that though, so we'll see. Don't need that. Don't need that either, but I guess I pulled it. So. Let's see. Does he shield or does he brace, weakness, scorpion? A lot of moves. Scales. So I could just take the open Colossus. Wish I had a Winter Moon. Would have been open buffed Winter Moon, but I get 55 traps, which are really nice. I can still keep the gen as a base hit. It's not the worst idea. So that did 1,000. Like a bit over 1,000. I don't think I want that. I can just surge. Because I still should have one. Don't need that either, just do that. So 1,100 around there, so this should still outtrade the scales, I assume. And I get 55 traps. So then I just need a Surge and maybe a Shrike. Yeah, let's go. He doesn't actually have enough pips to scales again. So that's also good. Okay, no Surge again. That's really quite something. I should have maybe kept the shoe, because now I actually have a brace, and I don't feel too comfortable using it, just because it's... yeah. I don't know. I think I do want a Shrike instead of Surge though, so maybe I can pull my second Shrike. Because now he's gonna shield over those traps every turn. Which means I'd rather just Shrike and use the traps. But if I can't pull it, I guess... okay, I'm gonna have to do something else then if I can't. Is that another shield? Oh, he scales, okay. Okay. So he has enough pips to where I cannot go for a Surge. Right. Okay. Scarred this. I don't think I need it anymore. I don't know if I need that either. If he has an attenuate now, it's just not a good move, so I'm hoping he doesn't do it, but yeah, I have another brace. Okay, he still doesn't, okay. Okay, no fear of the shoe. I guess I should have kept it, because I should have expected that, but it's fine. I can just brace again. I pulled it, so that's good. Oh. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff, man. 3 surges, there's no way, bro. Oh, yikes. Oh, that's a yikes. Yeah. If I had a shoe here, I would have just outright won. I should have kept it. It's the type of stuff, like, you gotta keep your cards sometimes, I guess. I'm still doing that sometimes, just discarding some cards that I might need a turn after. Okay, I have another Winter Moon, though. I could just Winter Moon into a wand or something. He has a Samurai, I think. Right? Oh. That does not do enough, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I don't think that's enough, though. I can wand into a Wyvern, too. Yeah, I don't think he's winning. If I didn't crit. Oh, wow. This game actually was close, huh? Okay. Let me pull something from TC. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's surged. Yeah, he's just going for all in. It might actually work. I need to pull a debuff. Can't use this, can't use this. Yikes. I have to do this because it debuffs the potential chameleon he could do. Wand doesn't kill because I didn't crit the Winter Moon, so that's unfortunate. But a Wyvern should do it. What is this? Another judge? If that's another judge, he won. I don't know if that kills. But he might just kill me out of it, so yeah, that might be... Maybe, yeah. He didn't piece her, but he probably just has a lore master, so... Yeah, that's efficient. I should have kept the shoe. But, I mean, that's a good example game, I guess. Can't rely on RNG to go your way. Gotta make sure you always just keep your cards. Yeah. I mean, he has a lore master, obviously, or a judge, or anything, right? It's just... That is quite unfortunate, but, I guess, that's the prime example of how a PvP match would go. You gotta play, like you're gonna get the worst RNG possible, like how I did that game, so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and, yeah, I'll see y'all whenever I stream on Twitch or something.